And the very next property we have, of course, is clip content. We can explain this as follows. For example, even though I've explained that when we create the effects in our style guide, we can enable and disable them to utilize our effect. So this major portion we will be covering within the style guide itself, including fill, stroke, and effects. We will also create styles and look at their different properties together. And lastly, one thing is that we can take any of our own. For example, we have this shape. We can export that, and finally we have this option. If we click on it, the export option will also become available to us. So from here we can also review it prior to export, and then we can convert it to JPEG, PNG, and also to SVG and PDF formats. And we can of course adjust the size and other parameters. And then if it's an image or a specific frame of ours, for example, if it's intended for a portfolio or to be presented to a client, or if the frame is to be utilized for reference purposes, then we can easily export all of these from this section. And now I'll again explain some shortcut keys. Of course, we zoom in by pressing Ctrl and scrolling up, and zoom out by pressing Ctrl and scrolling down with the scroll wheel. And sorry for that, I should have explained this at the start, but I guess if you're already accustomed to using Photoshop or Illustrator, then this shouldn't be too big a problem, and it's not particularly difficult either. I just wanted to do this to provide some information just once. And next, if we look, there's quite a lot of content in our canvas right now. So we want to make sure we cover the maximum content possible. We want this frame, all the visibility we have, the canvas, all the things we have to be clearly visible. To press CIF, so for that we will press Shift +1, and then all the content that we have created, the frame will shift to encompass it, covering all the entirety of all the frames. And then, for example, if we want only this specific frame, the one we have currently selected, to move directly onto our view, then we will press Shift +2. So would you soup with all the parts we've selected. For example, if we've chosen multiple, our selection will be based on that view, considering all the selections we've made. So these were some shortcut keys that we'll normally be utilizing. And besides these, some properties that we'll utilize, I'll click on a frame and then we'll right click. So we will right click on this frame, so specifically within the intersection of the frame. If we try to do it outside, either above or below, then naturally these options will not be available to us. And once we right click, you'll see that these properties are all listed out for us. And within these properties, we will be covering various different portions, and we will be looking at many different things. Within this, we will be utilizing various elements throughout the course, and then we will be examining each of them one by one. And of course, if you intend to move around without zooming out, you can simply use your scroll wheel to navigate up and down. If you need to move horizontally, just press and hold the Shift key, and you'll be able to move left and right across the screen. And so I guess largely all the components and tools we're utilizing in this course portion, I think we've covered them all. And next, after this, we will of course move on to the main course. Thank you.